Six Flags Over Georgia has a bunch of amazing roller coasters, which I'm gonna make a video rating them soon. But one thing it doesn't have is a launch coaster. Now, launch coasters are known for being some of the best roller coasters in the world. And as a person who loves roller coasters, I wish that my home park, Six Flags Over Georgia, had its own launch coaster. So, in this video, I am going to be showing what I think a Six Flags Over Georgia launch coaster would look like. Keep in mind, this video is made on Planet Coaster on Console Edition on Xbox, and this is just a concept. So this may not be the best, and some parts may not be as smooth, but I'll try to make it as smooth as I can and as good as a ride experience as I think it would be in real life. This is going to replace the go-karts near the Pandemonium. In the actual park, it's close to the Pandemonium and the little cowboy themed area with the Cowboy Show, one of those little restaurants, and the big skyscrapers that you swing around and go very high. Yeah, I've never been on that thing. I plan on going when the park opens up for this season, when we get our season passes. I also plan on going to Acrophobia, but that's for another day. Anyways, let's get started. Well, I'm gonna make this roller coaster. So now for this, I need a plan. I need to make sure that the roller coaster is great, isn't too repetitive with its elements, and of course is very fun.
I just want to point out that I have only ridden one launch coaster, being the one that you're seeing right now, the Icebreaker at SeaWorld Orlando. And from what I remember, even though I haven't ridden it since 2022, it was the smoothest roller coaster I have ever been on in my life. And it's a great roller coaster. I really recommend riding it if you plan on going to Orlando, or even plan on going to SeaWorld Orlando. Back to the video.
Now, of course, I want to point out that this ride is going to have a good bit of inversions. And I'm thinking that this should be a multi-launch coaster, because Six Flags Over Georgia would do pretty well with a multi-launch coaster if you ask me personally. So we got an idea. A multi-launch coaster with hopefully not too repetitive elements, and I'm hoping that this roller coaster can be pretty tall. I wouldn't want to make it taller than a Goliath, but I would want to make it taller than some of the other coasters like Superman, which is, I'm pretty sure, 120 something feet tall. So I think for this roller coaster we're gonna go at least 150 to 160 feet tall. But yeah, let me get to the creation, and of course I'll talk about the elements and stuff while I'm doing it.
So this is the part of the video where I just randomly yap about whatever while you watch the speed build this roller coaster. Now I want to say this part right here, I'm pretty sure gets changed. Yep, it got changed. I had to make the launch a little longer and a little shorter to make sure the roller coaster had enough speed to get over. But then I also had to change the height again to make it a little taller so the roller coaster didn't have too much speed. So after getting the right speed, I ended up going with something like this that has you in the air a little, doing some twisty turns before going to a small hill and down into this very inverted turn and some twisty parts, I guess. But I want to take this also, there's that wave turn. I just thought to say that's a wave turn. I also made that double down that you can see through this POV. I made a double down that has a little hill when it goes down, and I ended up adding a heartline roll as well. I wanted to point out something. Like I said earlier, I've only ridden one launch coaster, that being the Icebreaker at SeaWorld Orlando, and it was one of the greatest roller coasters I've ever ridden. I haven't ridden it since 2022. I was 12. Well, at the time I was like 11. at the time I was 11 when riding that. I'm a big boy now, 14. So if I had the chance to go back and ride it, I would most definitely take it. Right now, as you can see on the screen, I am working on the big part. This is kind of a weird one, this little top hill looking thingy, because when you're going up the hill, see, I just redid it, but when you're going up the hill, you're actually going kind of towards a loop-de-loop. I think you end up, when you're going up it, you're going at least at a 95-degree angle, and then it curves you back up to the top of the hill and then goes down, I think, a 95 or 92-degree angle. But yeah, it is a pretty weird looking element. I then added these two thingies. I don't know what that twisty thingy is, but I think the other one's like a normal like inversion to a turn to another normal inversion. Right here, I'm already working on the end of the ride. This is gonna be over soon, pretty quick. But yeah, I don't know what I was thinking when I made this video. I just wanted to make something, you know. I just want to point out this part right here also got removed because I was just making the roller coaster way longer than it should have, and it didn't have enough speed going around that, which made the inversion pretty slow. So I ended up scrapping that part, making another inversion, and then making this weird little twisty turn thing that goes into the brake run. So the ride is pretty cool, and I think it would be a pretty good fit for Six Flags Over Georgia. Of course, now I'm smoothing it. Even with the smoothing, I don't think the ride really turned out that well. I actually like it though, to be honest. In smoothing terms, I don't think it turned out that well, but I think it's very good. With a little bit of in real life smoothing, this could be a very good roller coaster for Six Flags Over Georgia, very good roller coaster for Georgia, and a very good roller coaster for the Southeast in the United States, or maybe even in the entire United States. I'm glad about how this turned out with this weird looking hills and everything and whatever you call these stuff. And I hope you like it too. If you want to say anything, then please tell me. But yeah, let's get on to the goodies.
To sum up this ride, some of its best excitement rates is on both of the top hills from the first and second launches, the double down that we have, the Heartline roll, and some of the other parts that are shown on screen right now. If we go to the official results of the ride, which I'm going to right now, this ride has a duration of 114 seconds, which is pretty long. It has the track length of 5,724 feet in length. The max speed is 71 miles per hour with the average speed of 34 miles per hour, and the biggest drop is 155 feet tall, which is pretty good for this roller coaster. And it has a lot of inversions, like a lot. It has 8 inversions with the 8 airtime count, which is pretty good for this roller coaster, if I do say so myself. The roller coaster also doesn't build up too bad of fear, with most of the fear along the ride being very good, with some parts being low, but the whole fear map looks pretty good from the screenshot you'll probably may or may not be seeing. And if I do end up getting that screenshot, then you'll probably end up seeing the screenshots for the excitement and nausea as well. So this ride has pretty good stats, with of course the 71 miles max speed being right at the entrance to the weird looking contraption of a tower I made. But yeah, this ride pulls off some very good stuff, and I think it's pretty good, not gonna lie. So, on to the POV.
Just one day, you know we have to sacrifice ourselves, whatever they say. It's plain to see the reason why. Oh, that's all because of the mighty flood. Remember this we'll be there if you need help for across the distance. Rest assured that our faith just
Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. Bye. Ha! Also, if anyone wants to give this ride a name and a theme, then please comment down below the name and what color schemes you want for the ride. And then I will implement it in another POV video. So, yeah, bye.